and welcome to my stamp studio. Today is Wednesday, March 15th, and it is Hump Day. Welcome. Let me know that you're here. Say hi. Tell me what you're having for lunch today. And let's just make sure I have my volume off. There we go. Okay, I'm just putting a comment in to make sure I'm live. So what is everyone doing today? I am actually going to be having some homemade soup today. I made broccoli cheese soup last night, so I can't wait to have that. Today we're going to have a quick little card, and we're going to be featuring the Share a Milkshake bundle. And I just need to get my feed over here going. So again, say hello, let me know that you're here. Send me a little love or some thumbs up. Facebook likes to see that when people do all that. So let's go here and expand it. Okay. Here we go. Move this out of the way so I can see. Okay. So let's get started on our card. So I'm featuring the Share a Milkshake bundle. This is available in our January to April mini catalog. And it comes with a stamp set and a coordinating set of dies. So here are the dies that come with. Now I got this little idea to put my dies in the stamp case when they fit. One of my downline was doing it, and I decided, oh, okay, I'll give up the ghost and I'll just go ahead and start doing it. And it actually has really kind of improved my organization. I don't have to go searching for my cards anymore. However, I do still like to have, I take the little piece of paper that it comes with, I pull the dies off, and then I put a piece of magnetic sheet on there, so that way it always holds my dies in place. Now I could just actually put it in there like this and attach it right to the case. But I'm still kind of like this. And then I still have all my little folders that I put them in. I don't know why. I feel kind of guilty about getting rid of them. So, oh well. All right. So this is our card that we're going to be making today. We're going to change it up just slightly on some of the products that I used. Pretty much it's all going to be the same. Oh, I got something on my card there. Okay, I'm just going to be switching up this tag right here, but everything else and this paper, everything else will be the same. So we're going to move that out of the way, and we're going to start with some of the things that we need. So I'll need my dimensionals. I have used rectangle dies. I will be using the opaque adhesive back gems. Now I did put all of these in the comments, so if you're watching, you'll see that. If you're watching the replay on Facebook, I'll make sure to add the list of supplies that I use in today's video in that as well. I'm also using our 6x6 2022 to 2024 in color designer series paper. It comes 6x6, and I've actually cut down my sheet already. So you can see this is Sweet Sorbet. I've actually cut down my cardstock here to be, it is, let me just think about this. It is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Because my Sweet Sorbet cardstock layer is 4 by 5 1/4. So I just wanted this to be an 1/8 inch smaller. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to adhere this right to my card layer there. All right. And then for my card base, I'm using a thick basic white. Whenever I use white, I always use the thick as a card base. It is measured at 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4 already. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my bone folder in to give myself a nice crease here. Just like that. And sit nice and flat. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie my ribbon around here before I pop this up on dimensionals. So the ribbon that I'm using is this red and burlap ribbon combo pack. And I'm going to be using the real red. Now, it's a little darker than the Sweet Sorbet, but that's all right. It'll be fine. And I'm just going to go ahead and tie a bow here. Just make sure I have enough ribbon. Nice little bow going. I tend to leave my ribbon on my spool until I'm done creating my bow. You don't have to. You can cut a piece off. But I found I end up wasting a lot more ribbon. So there we go. Give it a tug. All right. Now, I'm just going to trim it because I know I'm going to end up trimming it a little bit more. But right now I'm going to hold on my knot and kind of pull my bow there, my tail, to get this to be the size that I want. I'm letting my ribbon know here who's boss. It doesn't want to quite lay flat, but we're going to tell it it's going to. All right, there we go. And now I'm just going to just slide it with my fingers, my thumbs here, and move it off to the side. All right. And we'll trim down these little tails a little bit more. You don't need them that long. Just make sure you're using a good set of scissors when you do that. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on my card base with dimensionals. So let's pull in our dimensionals. All right. Hello, Barbara. How are you today? All right. What are you having for lunch? Oh, chicken salad. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'm still going to have some more soup that I made last night. All right, and I'm putting this right on my card base. So you can use this really with any colors that you have, any designer series paper, any stamp set. So I love to be able to show you a layout where you can see how you can use it for anything. So if you don't have this particular stamp set, you can do this with any stamp set. All right, so now let's grab out some of my other pieces here. So I did use my rectangle dies to trim this out. I think I need to zoom out just a little bit here. There we go. Okay, let's see if I'm in camera now. All right, so I used my rectangle dies. I used the smallest one here and the one right up from here. And what I've done is I've cut those from my basic white cardstock. I just used regular basic white cardstock. So we have a whole bunch of my envelope here. So I have 3 of the larger rectangles, just like this, and I'm going to be centering them right on the card, just like that. I'll be popping those up on dimensionals in just a minute. And I have this other one for my sentiment. Okay. I have a scrap paper here that we're going to be using to stamp on. And then my envelope. So I'm going to put my envelope right here. All right. And let's get our stamping going here. So I'm going to just move this off to the side. And I'm pulling in Sweet Sorbet, Early Espresso, and Mint Macaron. So I'm going to start with we'll start with my mint here. And I am going to grab the little ice cream scoop here. Put it on a block. And now I just recently inked my pad here, so you always stamp off. So that's a little dark for me, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp one more time. So I have more of a like a mint kind of color that will make me think of mint chocolate chip ice cream. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this same thing in Sweet Sorbet. Just stamp right below there, just like that. And then I'm going to come back in with my Early Espresso. I'm going to leave my Sweet Sorbet open for a moment because I'm going to be using that to stamp the cherry. All right, so then there's my chocolate. Now, if you think that's too dark, stamp it again. And then you can choose which color you would rather go with. I'm going to go ahead and use the dark one. All right. Now, here we're going to stamp our little cherry. So I'm going to take one of my blocks here, and I'm going to clean that a little bit. I'm going to put my cherry right on the end, so on the corner here. So I'm doing this so I can ink my stem up in Early Espresso. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this whole thing up with my Sweet Sorbet. Then I'm going to come back in with my Early Espresso, and looking through the block, I'm going to go to the end here, and I'm just going to tap some ink on my stem. Okay. And I just feel like I need a little more ink there. So I'm gently doing that so I don't get it too far over, and I'll go ahead and stamp that. So it looks like I got a little bit too much, so we'll go ahead and do it again. So ink it up in Sweet Sorbet. come back in with our stamp pad and just hold your stamp pad. Now, if you have a marker, you could easily do the same thing with a marker, and it feels like it's dry right there. Doesn't feel like I'm getting much ink on there. All right, let's try this one. That's a little better. Okay. And I need to stamp my sentiment, which is also from this stamp set. So I'm going to be using the Celebrate, but there's a whole bunch of cute ones on here. You can use this for a Valentine's, or you can use it for a birthday, or just like a thinking of you card. Life is sweeter with you. You're the cherry on top. All right, so I'm going to drop my sentiment right on my table and pick it up. That way I know that that stamp is straight, and we'll come over here and stamp our Celebrate right there. Ooh, didn't really center that really well, so we'll just flip that over and we'll try it again. I did it again. Oh well, it'll be what it is. It's kind of hard to stamp because like everything is right here and I'm way back here, so I can't get my head over my images. So that sometimes causes a little challenge. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut all of these out. Let me close my stamp pads first. And let's just grab one more thing here. And through the magic of television, I have all my little pieces die cut out. Okay, well, let me show you the dies that we used. So here's my uncut version here. And I went ahead and pulled in this right here to die cut my little ice cream and then my cherry. Okay, now I will be die cutting some other things. I just wanted to make this a little faster to go through the video. All right, so the other two things I'm going to be pulling out is this little tiny piece right here. This is going to be the chocolate on top of my mint ice cream, and this right here is going to make my waffle cone. I just love this. So I'm going to show you how that all looks. So let's move this piece aside. We'll move these pieces aside. So I have I'm going to end up cutting 3 of these. I've already done 2 to save myself a little bit of time. And I'm going to pull in my mini die cut machine. And put my plates in there. And we're going to send this one right through. Now, I don't like to send it through this way because I feel it doesn't get a good grip, so I angle it a little bit. And this is just a scrap piece of crumb cake, and it measures less than 3/4 inch wide because this plate right here, this base, is only about 3.5 inches. Okay, well, I'm so excited that you are going to have a good time in Grafton. All right, so now I just need a little chocolate for my mint ice cream. Here we go. And then we'll move this out of the way. Okay, so I've got this little bitty piece there. Now let's put my little bitty die back in its place before it gets lost. Oh, super excited. And I don't know where I put it now, but my son gave me this flashlight that actually is a magnet and it extends. So yay, because next time I drop it in my garbage, I can just extend my little flashlight and the magnet should pick it up right out of my garbage. Not that I want to try it out, but I'm hoping it will work. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to actually put everything on my little rectangles here before I put them on the front of the card. So I'm going to take my little waffle cone here, and you can see it has already some score marks in there. So I'm going to go ahead and write on a score mark. I'm going to fold these, right? So now I've got my little rectangle here, all right? I'm going to bring in my liquid glue, and we'll grab our first little ice cream. So the way I'm putting in my ice cream here is I just want it to peek out above my little fold there, just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just put a little bit of liquid glue right here so I can fold that one in. And then I'll put some liquid glue right here. And I will put a little bit on this edge too, just so it stays in place. I don't want to be too far over because notice that goes past that. So if you put too much glue on, it's going to ooze out. All right, so now I'm just going to put my adhesive right here. And I'm going to just slide my little ice cream scoop right in there. All right, so those of you that purchased the Class to Go kit, this might look familiar to you. Okay, here it is. I couldn't find where my little chocolate went for the top here. All right, and now I'm just going to put that right along the top of my ice cream. Okay, so now I'm just trying to see if I put them. I did. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back here. So let's flip this over, and I'll put one here and one right here. All right, and we're going to just put that right on our rectangle, just like that. Let's get our next one going here. Ooh, I must have used that for something else. Well, okay, I need to, I'm going to need to cut a different piece because that's not going to work. All right, let's see here. Let me go to my handy dandy little scrap pile here and let's see if this will fit. Oh, yes, it will. All right, so I just need to trim this down a little bit. We'll run the Sue's die cut machine again. That has nothing on the other side. Oh, boy. Well, again, it's not live unless something goes wrong, right? Okay. You know, there are two sides to every paper. I just didn't realize that I'd already used the one side. All right. Still quick and easy to do. So let's go ahead and fold these. Fold that. Now, when you fold this, like I said, you'll notice that one side fits right inside that score. If I try to do it the other way, this goes beyond that score line, so you're not going to be able to do it. So you want to go from right to left and then left to right. So let's go ahead and adhere this down. And then we'll go ahead and adhere this down. And I might as well get my next one going too, so that way I have it done. Now, if yours isn't sitting flat, put your block on it for a moment. That will get it to go flat. Okay, I'll put the block on this one while I'm... Okay. We'll go ahead and put our little ice cream in there. So this time we're going to take our sweet sorbet and tuck it right in. And I just slide it in so I don't see the crumb cake behind my little scoop there. Now, if you wanted, you could put multiple ones on here. You can make it, you know, stack it higher. Totally up to you. Let's see, where'd my other piece go? Here it is. And here's my last ice cream. Again, slide that in. There we go. Now, let's put these on dimensionals. We'll get ready to finish one of them off. We're going to put that cherry on top. Oops. I'll just hold on to that one for a minute. This one right on. There we go. Normally that liquid glue dries pretty fast. I must not have had enough on it. All right, so here's this one. Now, each one's going to kind of have a little bit of a different top. So on, so on this one here, I'm going to just put a little dot right there. And I'm going to bring in my cherry and put that right there. Okay. On this middle one here, I'm just going to take one of these opaque gems here, and I'm going to put that right on my ice cream right here. Kind of make it look like a little, you know, little treat on there. Okay, let's bring in our card base. And before I put them down, I just want to get them lined up where they're going to be. And I'm going to take this one first. The reason I'm doing that one is because that bow is there. I want to make sure that I'm actually getting that in the right place. So we're going to put 2 dimensionals there. And, well, for Pete's sake, this one just doesn't want to play nice. Why don't you want to play nice? Okay, now I just misaligned everything. So we're going to slide that kind of under the bow. There we go. Now, if I find that my bow is still sitting up so high, I didn't put dimensionals to stick my bow in place, so I can slide that down just a little bit. So we'll get these other ones adhered, and this is going to drive me bonkers. I need to just hold that in place for a minute here. Maraschino is always the best way to top anything. I am not a big maraschino fan. I don't know. I think they're too sweet for me is what it is. My kids used to love kitty cocktails because they had all the cherries in them. So I'm like, oh yeah, give them sugary soda and maraschino cherries. Can't wait for the grandkids because that's what I'm going to do for them. Okay, there we go. So now I just need to come in with my sentiment, wherever I put it. There it is. I knew it was here somewhere. And I am just going to put some adhesive right on the back. Maybe. Oh, this one's about ready to get changed. And I'm going to put it right here. All right. And let's go ahead and add a couple more of the opaque gems on here. So let's just add a few more. I'm just going to use the white. And I think I'll grab another one up here. And you know what? For grins and giggles, I'm going to add some of the reds. Let's add one right here. And we'll add a small one. Right here. Excuse me. Whew. Right there. Okay. There we go. I think that's enough that we have. Now, if you want to add more, you can go ahead and add as many embellishments as you would like. I encourage you to use more than I do. All right. So now let's get our envelope here. And let's go ahead and stamp a scoop ice cream. So we'll grab our little bowl here. All right. And I'm going to pull in. We're just going to actually use our early espresso. And I'm going to stamp. Let's get that fully inked. I'm going to stamp it off. Well, what's all over my stamp there? Okay. We'll just try that again. All right. So stamp it off. I'm going to stamp it right here, just like that. Then I'm going to come back in with the second stamp that will give my little bowl some dimension. And stamp that right on top. How fun is that? All right, and let's grab our ice cream. And I am going to stamp. Now, here's a tip. When you're going to stamp and you want to stamp multiple ice creams, what you want to do is kind of mask that off. So let me just grab my snips here. I'm going to grab... Maybe, here, I'll grab this one over here. I'm just going to cut one down right here. And actually, I usually use a thinner piece of something. I usually use a Post-it note or a piece of, oh, I have a piece of Post-it note here. There we go. I'm going to do that instead. Okay, so I grab my Post-it note. I'm going to go ahead and ink my little ice cream right here. And I'm just going to trim it out right all the way to the edge of my inked image. All right, now I'll show you why. We're going to do that in just a second. So you get a little technique. In addition to a card layout today, you're going to get a little technique trick. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, re-ink this again, stamp that right above that bowl, just like that. I'm going to put this right on top. I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to stamp my second scoop right over the top of that. There we go. So it looks like I have multiple scoops there. Okay. And that is my envelope. So thanks for joining me today. A quick little card for your little lunch break. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. And again, tomorrow night is our Stampin' Fun and More at 6:44. And Friday is our fourth installment of our Fun Fold series. It's week number 4. So if you wanted last week's or March 3rd's card kit, if you want that sent to you, just need to place your order using that host code so that you can get the kit sent to you for free. All right, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.